Well, this weekend I went to the tractor show in Orange, Massachusetts, and bought a couple of Briggs and Stratton engines, like $10 a piece. They're really cheap. So I'll go through them, tell you what I got. Good shape. This one was orange. It was repainted blue. It's not too sure of the horsepower. It runs. It only took me about maybe 10-15 minutes to get this one running. If any of you know the horsepower for these model and serial numbers, let me know, because I'm kind of interested to know. I'm guessing it's around a 2 or a 3 horse. It's pretty much the size, but don't know, not too sure, which one it would be though. Clean gas tank. It's pretty good. Good carburetor. Runs nice. So that's a nice one. And here we have a 2-horse Briggs and Stratton, once again. Clean gas tank, carburetor is good. This screw is stuck inside of this piece here, so it'll probably have to get a new one because that head will break before that moves. I've already tried to move it, so you gotta run it with a little bit of choke. There's all your model and serial numbers. 6 cubic inch oil bath air cleaner, along with the one on there. This is one of the screw-on ones like that. So this one's in pretty good shape, got a lot of paint left on it, runs nice. This one runs too. All of these have been washed them all this morning, so it's easier to work on them so they're not gooped up with dirt and whatnot. Next one here had no shroud on it when I got it. Don't know the horsepower. Had a carburetor on it, which is right here. I took it off to wash it, put a cap over it. Clean carburetor, and then the gas tank for it is right there, which is a very clean gas tank. Not a drop of rust in it, just a lot of oil that was in there for some reason. And then there's the air cleaner, and then the rest of the parts for it. So I took that one apart and washed it. And here we have a 2-horse Briggs and Stratton. I don't know what this went on at one point, but the last 4 letters say test, so it was something test. And that, whether this pertained to the engine or what it was on, there's the model of whatever it was. This cleaned up real nice. This was very dirty. It was barely any white showing. It was all black and oily and stuff. But it washed up pretty nice. So the rest of the parts for this one are right there. So this one's going to be getting one of the carburetors off another one that has a worn out crankshaft. So I'll get this one running. This one, and this one do not run. The only 2 that run so far are those. And this is a 3-horse Briggs, one of the gold ones. Cleaned up pretty nice. It has a few numbers on the side. It's got the model number, serial code and stuff, and then it's got this one, model number, which was probably the unit that it was on at one point. That was the number for it. That's my guess. Some of these have cast iron flywheels, and some of them have the aluminum ones on them. Guess it depends on the year. So the parts for this one are right here, which I took all these apart to wash them. And these parts go to this one down here, which is another, but I don't know the horsepower of it. It's the same tag. Pretty much has the same exact tag on it as this blue one right here. And I have the same model engine as these 2 up in the shed. The green one. It's on my list of videos. You can see it running, but this one has got a stuck valve because when you pull it over, it hits the exhaust valve and sticks. Oh no, this wasn't the one. Where is it? That's the one with the stuck valve on it. This one, unfortunately, in as good of shape as it is, I guess, when you roll it over, sometimes you can hear a knock, but when the lobes on the camshaft go to push up the tappets for the valve, this whole entire crankshaft moves a bit, so probably the bearing in here in the front behind the oil seal is all worn out. So I could fix it, but I'm going to use this one for parts to put back that one and possibly that white one back into service, hopefully. I'm debating whether I should get that one going or just use it for parts. I might use it for parts and get those two. So those are the engines I got at the show. Got 6 of them. So I'm getting into these little Briggs and Strattons. That's why I bought so many of them. They're kind of cool engines, you know, simple to work on. So I'm getting into these. And then along with those, I also bought some updraft carburetors for Briggs and Strattons. The flow jet, whatever you want to call them. I call them updrafts. Most of them are pretty decent. Even got the elbows for them. And these were $5 a piece. So 20 bucks for all these. It was a good deal. And lastly, actually no, second to last, wrong drawer, Kohler stuff. I got another Kohler carburetor, $5. You know, it's an extra one. But this must have been a newer one, because on this one you got the idle screw, but no high-speed idle. And these older ones, you got the idle screw and a high speed. And this one's much lighter than the other ones too. So I'll have to open up the bowl and see what it looks like. And now, lastly, for the dump truck we've been building out there, which will be an update on that probably tomorrow or the next day. Bought a muffler for it to go down the side of it. It was only $12. Cheap muffler, but not like I was wanting to spend a whole lot of money, so that ought to quiet it down a good amount. So that's all the engines I bought and stuff at the show. It was a good show this year. A lot of people there and stuff, so had a good time. So there you have it. New collection of Briggs.